we need some coaching. Find some trusted critics, people that you know care about you and love you. There's some things that keeps us from growing and getting out of ruts. Number one, we identify with feedback. We take it personal when someone wants to give us some feedback on where we are falling short, tell us about it.
Take a look at the people that are around you, and if they're not on the side of what's good for you, then walk away. You want friends who, when something good happens to you, that's good for you. They're happy about that. They're not like all bitter and resentful underground and like saying horrible things behind your back.
I have a friend who's a trusted critic. I don't like him, but I love him. He doesn't tell me the things I want to hear. He tells me what I need to hear so I can grow. It hurts. It hurts when he put me on the hot seat. I can't stand it. But that's the only way that I can grow. And I'm glad that he loves me enough to risk our friendship to tell me what I need.
Saying horrible things behind your back and trying to drag you down. It's like, that's not helpful. And then when something bad happens to you and you go to them and you say, look, this terrible thing happened to me, they're not secretly gloating about the fact that catastrophe finally befell you.
Sometimes we have to ask ourselves, what's using my life? I heard a time that says, we are today what we were when. And he was talking about the fact that we, to a great extent, behave, think, react because of some previous experience that we've had. So when you begin to look at your past, give an interpretation that empowers you. So when you begin to look at your past, give an interpretation that empowers you. That's where I used to be. That's not where I am now. I'm growing. I love myself unconditionally, and I forgive myself.
Friendship, being empowered by one another, upliftment of self, one another, in the community. Finding a group of people like-minded to yourself, people who have been through experiences in life. You know, we can't walk in other people's shoes, just as other people can't walk in ours. But what we can do is walk together. We could have empathy for one another. We could walk and grow and learn together. See, life is a test. And each step we take forward brings us closer to that goal. Don't give up on your goal. You know, don't give up on your dreams. Don't give up on yourself. And never, never, never settle for less than what you in your heart fully, truly desire. Friendship, communication, honesty, compassion. These are things we look for in our friends. Get rid of toxic people in your life. Do you have friends who, more times than not, when they call you, they're calling to talk negative? They're calling to gossip about something else or another experience, and they lack taking responsibility for their own actions. If you find yourself around these type of people, it's good to take inventory of your own self too, because oftentimes if it walks like a duck and talks like a duck, and they say like-minded individuals are attracted to like-minded individuals. So look at your life right now. 2020 is past. The veil's removed. So what are you trying to do with your life? You know, it's okay to get rid of toxic people. It's okay to love people from a distance, sometimes even family. You know, you got to build friendships that are going to last and enrich your spirit and your soul. Like-minded people. And you know what? Like-minded friends doesn't necessarily mean we always get along. It doesn't even mean we agree all the time. We may have disagreements. We may have things that we don't like about one another, but we always come back to one another, because true friends and agape love, something that's all-encompassing, you could always go back to it. Just like that friend, you know, maybe you don't talk to them for a long period of time. Whatever a long period of time to you would be. For some people that might mean a day. For others, it might be in a week, a year, 2 years, 10 years, whatever. But when you come back to that friend, it's fresh, just like where you left off. No anger, no animosity. You just pick up, friend, I know you, I know your soul, I know your spirit, and you just welcome them back. At the same time, you got to get rid of the negative. We get stuck in these patterns sometimes where we allow people to beat us down. Don't allow that. Take stock of your friendships. You know, friendship also means standing up for what's right and telling the truth. If you see your friend walking into a trap, say something. If you see something that outright you just know is against even their own true moral character, but during that moment they're being weak and maybe giving into that, stand up for them. Be their advocate at that moment. Maybe you could be that bridge to help them through that. You know, we never know what a person is going through, right? So let's work together. Let's show compassion. You want to have friends in your life where when you say to them, I have a dream, I have a vision, your friend says, what is that vision? I can't wait to hear about it. Let's see what we could do to build together and make this happen because I have faith in you. Or do you have this? I have a dream and a vision and I have this great idea I want to make happen. And then your friend is like, oh, for real? How you think you're going to make that happen? Oh, you think you could do that now? Oh, okay. Oh, but you haven't up until this point, but all of a sudden now you could do it? Oh, okay. Yeah, sure. I'll believe it when I see it. That's a person who's gaslighting you. Don't put up with that. Or you'll have those other ones who will be like, oh, you have a dream, you have a vision? I don't know if you could do that, you know. Ooh, there's a lot of rules and regulations behind that. And I've seen so many people fail. I don't know if that's a good idea. I don't know if you should even try it. Don't have those friends either. You want people who are going to support you, people who are going to enrich your life. When you have a life that's fulfilled in your spirit, you're going to project that upon the people in your environment, and it's going to spread. Your dream is important. Your vision is important. It is possible. Don't let anybody tell you it's not. The only one stopping you from your greatness is yourself. The only way to fail is just not to try at all. See, oftentimes we fail at things in life and then sometimes we'll give up because we think, shit, I failed. When in reality, no, it's a stepping stone. It's a learning moment to say, that didn't work for me. Let me try a new approach. Over the entire life course of my friendships, I'd really like my friends to look back and say, yes, your soul, it's never changed. I've always known you and your core being has never changed. But you are not the same person you were when I first met you. You know, because you've progressed, because each year we change and we grow. Because if my friend were to say to me, you know what, you're exactly the same as you were 10 years ago, 5 years ago, 2 years ago, that means I got stagnant in my growth. Don't get stagnant, you guys. Keep reaching, keep going for your dreams, because there is so much out there that you can achieve. You are not the experiences that you have had over your lifetime. You are not simply what people say you are and what they project upon you. You are an eternal soul having an earth experience. Don't forget where you come from. Don't forget your soul connection. Don't forget that greatness inside of you. Keep reaching, keep striving, keep dreaming, keep going. You know the saying, keep going, keep growing. We're in this together.
Better, I would have done better. The other thing is about life, when things happen to you, when you permit things to use you, you can't change the past, but you can reinterpret how you see it. Same event, but reinterpret it. An interpretation that empowers me. Get a support group, somebody that you can talk to. People who perhaps might have a similar problem. Support groups are very powerful, that you can share some of the challenges that you're going through. And it might be a situation where one person can give you an idea of how they handle that situation and create an opening for you. Begin to stimulate some possibilities in your mind